Back to the bumper breakfast. I'm ending the show today with these two beautiful women, and I'm kind of like jealous. You know, I'm kind of like jealous. That's the way I used to be, very jealous of my mom. When I wake up in the morning and look at my mom, like, mommy, I'm so jealous. Why do you look so beautiful? I have these women with me this morning, and we're talking about women who are in very, very congested, male-dominated profession and are doing so well in that industry and making great impact. Let's see exactly how they've been faring, and are there open opportunities for other women who want to play in that sector. I've joining me this morning the Lagos State Chairperson of the industry, and I'm looking at the women in logistics and transport Nigeria, Willett.
Yes.
And I'm talking about Mrs. Falake Soji George. Good morning, ma'am. Good to have you. How are you doing? You look beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm going to take that guess first. But let me welcome your PRO. Good morning, Mrs. Soledotso. Right? Am I correct? Soledotso Abdulkarim Yusuf. Good morning. Good to have you. Alaja, should I just put Alaja in front of you? So I could just be like Alaja, I could start like that. Good morning. How are you doing today? She's the PRO of Willat, and it's a pleasure to have these two beautiful women with me this morning. So I'm going to take a wide guess. So, I'm a woman, and I'm unapologetic about my bias, and that's just it. This is the chairperson, and I'm going to take a guess that she's in her late 50s, late 50s. I'm correct. I deserve so much. I'm correct. And then, I think you're in the same age group. I think I should guess right. You should be in the same category. Early 50s, late 50s.
Going to 50s, not yet 50.
Oh, see? I think I need to ask Alaja to remove this one. So she's very close to that mark. And you know the reason why we're talking about this. These are women who do the really, really hectic, long hours kind of jobs. And you expect that they should look worn out, but they look beautiful. I must say, congratulations for encouraging those of us who are coming behind to work harder.
Thank you.
Good to have you on the bumper breakfast this morning. Let's hit the ground running, and I'm talking about these jobs. How exactly is it that women are playing in transport? It's almost a no-no. But I see a lot of women today in keke napep, in buses, owning buses. I mean, some drive it, some own it. I see women driving. The first time I saw a BRT driver that was a woman, it was like, and a lot of men could practically, they were insulting her. A lot of people were just very nasty. But she took us to the Island Brothers back, and I got used to it. I see women drive trucks, and I mean tanker trucks.
Yes.
And I'm so amazed. How exactly is it that these women are playing in this industry?
Okay. I want to let you know that.
I think you have to remove the face sheet now.
I want to let you know that we as women in logistics and transport is a professional body that is under the auspices of Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport.
Okay.
So it was founded in the UK in 1919, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport.
Wow.
It was, like you said, male-dominated, but we have some women. In the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, you have women.
Wow.
Well, you have a lot of male in the industry. Now, in 2010, we now have this women in logistics and transport. Women side of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport carved out in 2010, founded by a Nigerian.
Amazing.
Yes, retired.
Nigerian women are so powerful.
Yes, found is an international organization that has 22 countries affiliated as members of women in logistics and transport. Our founder, Aisha Ali Ibrahim, retired as the first general manager operations at the Nigerian Ports Authority.
Okay.
So in 2013, at Malta, other organizations that are international joined in, but Willat was founded in 2010, 12th of June.
Okay.
So thereafter, we have major trusts. because you have a male-dominated and you are bringing women into limelight, we have a strategic trust that has to do with leadership. Talk to our members about how they have to get a grip of themselves and become good leaders. Yes, we have one as our trust, leadership, we have mentorship, we have entrepreneurship, we have corporate social responsibility. So thereafter, WILAT Nigeria has been having annual conferences, doing different types of things, bringing women, doing training, doing corporate social responsibility to the less privileged, to those that are in need, and also contributing to the industry. Yes, so apart from that, WILAT is supposed to be an umbrella organization for all those in logistics and transport. So as members, we have women in maritime, women in logistics, we have women in air aviation, we have women in rail.
So,
and we have women in shipping as well.
Are you? You know what? This makes me so glad because you know, when you're raising a girl child, you practically tell them that go and be a doctor, a nurse, a teacher. You know, you just limit that. There is that perception of limiting them to jobs that are not demanding, jobs that are not, you know, in the male world. Everybody wants to just keep them away from that world and say, oh, that's a man's world. But you know, I see women now do, and you're talking about women in shipping, aviation, and the rest of it. But how have you been finding it? I think that's the conversation.
I think it's really been amazing because it's easier for women to adapt to any situation. You know, gone are those days that you, like what you said, that you tell your children that you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you know, and thank God this generation, most of our children, they are so exposed now. Like my son was telling me that, Mom, you can't even tell us this is what we are supposed to do. We are interested in doing this and in doing that. Ours is just to guide them. So women are really exposed now. That is not, and also our children, it's not a matter of you sticking to a particular line of job that is male dominated. So we are venturing into what the men are doing,
what they used to do alone. What's your membership strength like?
In the world or in Nigeria?
I'm even talking about Nigeria.
Yes, we are over 2,500.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. And I want to put into what she has said. You know that for International Women Day this year,
yes,
the theme for the year was each for equal.
Yes.
So we are not contesting with men, but we want to also tell them that with God there is no limitation. Once you are talented and you have passion, you can go ahead. Yes, you can go ahead and do. And you know that right now, we have WILAT as a professional body, we have it set up, we have our trustees, we have our role model. Amongst our trustees, we have former Executive Director, Nigerian Port Authority, Mrs. Aina Egareba. We have former Director, Waterways, Nigeria Waterways, Barrister Mfon Uzoro. We have the first Executive Director, ENL, Mrs. Vicky Astro. As we have our founder also as our trustees. We have Mrs. Ezenwa. We have 10.
Now, you know, interesting about the names you're mentioning. You look at these women and they're from all parts of the country.
Exactly.
Yes.
So these are not South women.
No.
These are not Southwest, South. Every part of the country. So it seems we're all catching up.
Yes.
Everybody's playing the catch-up business. We are all catching up with the sense that we can all.
Yes.
But what's the youngest? Do you have younger women?
Yes,
in
we
that
have
group?
younger women that are in the university because part of our trust is mentorship. We have students from the Lagos State University that are in transport and logistics, and they have their leader. We call them the YP, the young professionals. We encourage them to come into the line of profession that because really the last year NEMASA held this conference And from the World Maritime University, there are lots of opening for women that you want to, you have a lot of seafarers, like you have women pilots.
Wow.
Now, yes. So these are the things, and we are trying on our own to go as low as the primary school, to go and do counseling to students and children in the primary school to know about aviation, transport and logistics, because we found out that until you get to the university or higher institution, really, most of the time you have a lot of people that says that they have never heard about maritime
before.
or logistics.
Very true.
The course in their mind was
Very
either
true.
to be doctor, engineer,
Exactly,
lawyer,
because that's what you're told. Accountant, doctor, teacher, lawyer, nurse,
journalist,
and a journalist. And then they are discouraging even the females from joining journalism because they believe that female journalists don't stay in their husbands' houses. That's another conversation that you don't want to open up. But you know, we're talking about this women, encouraging more women to come into this industry because they would make impact. Yes, that is true. But if you look at the number of women that we have now, for example, when Tolu Lokwe died, when Tolu Arotile died just last week, very sad news, and we keep praying for the family. Something came up and they said about 10 other girls, young ladies are in training, wanting to be there. And I looked at the staff strength of the Nigerian Air Force. And I said, 10? Really? I expected a number like, if Tolu had been celebrated that much, I expected a number like 100. When you hear very odd, very low numbers, and then you see that there is no safety, as it were. Somebody now sent me a message and said, do you know the first female pilot in Nigeria was murdered? And the person sent it to me as well. And all of this news have a way of discouraging even parents from allowing their children play in that industry. Is it just a taboo or something, or is it that it's just one of those things that they tell us to scare us from doing it, or are these things happening? Are we losing more women who venture into this industry?
Yeah, I cannot really say we are losing more women. You know why WILAT, Women in Logistics and Transport, is in existence is to promote the status of women in logistics and transport, to support them, to mentor them, to allow them to network together. So
networking.
Yes, networking. So we are under one umbrella, Women in Logistics and Transport. There's no discrimination wherever you come from. You can come from any part of Nigeria, and we come from different fields, as in, like she said, the champion person said, aviation and what have you. So through some of the programs we carry out, we encourage more women. We boost their confidence. Like our role models. Whenever we have conferences, we invite them. They present different topics, and we try to advertise all our programs so that more women we have the courage
to be able to
venture into it. So we don't want any woman to be discouraged in
or
venturing,
to be scared,
or to be scared.
Because
So
some parents will be like, please, I really do not want
disaster
this
happens
stress from her.
anyway. So
Yes.
we can't say because Tolu Lokwe died is something that will continue to happen. Definitely death is inevitable, but the point is we cannot be scared, or we cannot allow women to be discouraged. All we need to do is to encourage more women to venture into
this industry. What about government acceptance, recognition? Do you have that?
Yes. We have government recognition because is an international organization, as I earlier said, and for all the modes that are in the logistics and transport,
Yes.
we have membership, and that if government does not allow, you will not be able to get into them and talk them into, and we have support of each of the agencies, because we have the international, we have the African region, we have a local region, and most of the people that are in government in government establishments, most of them sometimes they get sponsorship from their organizations because it's a booster somehow. Yeah, because when you go for international seminars, it's like you have sent them on a training. When they come back, they come and impact the establishment, yes, with what they have,
what they've learned over there.
What they've learned, and they can, it's enlarge their horizon, boost their cost, because you can't be here and be here alone.
Yes.
You have to mix with other people and have ideas on how they are doing stuff that is related to you,
what you do,
so that you can bring it in and see the one that is beneficial you use, the one that is for future you start working on it for future, and we have backing.
What about how lucrative it is? One of the things why parents suggest that you go do this job or go do that job is because they look for they call it security. They don't want you to ever miss salary, so they don't want you stressing yourself at any point. And then men and their wives, they discourage their wives as well, based on whether it is the earnings will be too much or too little.
Probably that was an old idea.
Okay.
Because relationship now, we have women, we express ourselves, and we know that we mentor that in any relationship, in your marriage relationship, you must have the ability to communicate and make yourself clear. I said it earlier that we are not in competition. We are just telling that we are talented, we are God created, and because of that, you cannot be
relegated to the background.
The background, you have to come out with what you want to do, and you find out that the last seminar that the World University, when they were talking about seafarers, they said now is allowed, they can marry, they can intermarry, because their job takes them out of base for a long time. So if you are
it's better your partner is with you.
You can partner. And with lots of exposure and understanding, you see that if I'm successful as a woman and my husband is also okay, we will complement each other.
Very true.
Yes, we will complement each other, and you don't want to live in poverty. You want to...
Keyword, you don't want to live in poverty. Nobody wants to live in poverty.
Nobody wants to live in poverty. But, the issue of getting intimidated by either the husband or the wife, it shouldn't be now, because who expected COVID that now becomes the new normal?
Who brought COVID? Who even thought about it? That is going to lock us down and stick us in the same place.
It has now become new normal. Fortunately for me, if my husband cannot go to work, the new normal allows me, because I am in the logistics and transport.
You see,
I was not held down. So I can bring in some
extra for the
family. So we shouldn't say that because my wife is progressing, because of that I want to use male ego to subside or trim her down. No.
To size. Interesting. So this is lucrative. This is encouraging for most women who want to go in. So I want to start from you, Alaja. I would like you to speak to parents, because you see, everything starts with parenting. You want to get your female children to be successful in the future, but then you put some bars. You already established some barrier in their growth process. You tell them, don't drink too much, don't drink too little. I want you to speak to parents. This is another area that we would like to open their minds to. People should know these things exist.
Okay. I want to encourage our parents at home that you should allow your children to do whatever they are interested in. Like, I've always been interested in transport and logistics right from the time I was in the university. I think I graduated from Ogun State University, and in 1996 we were the first to have the School of Transport, and I would say, and I can say since then I wanted to be in logistics, although I found myself in working as a town planner. So it's not even, for me to combine these two professions, transport.
Yeah, definitely must be very, very difficult
You
and
understand,
stressful.
you know. So I will encourage parents that you allow your children to do whatever they want to do. All we need to do is just to encourage them, and you know, to guide them. Like what my chairperson said earlier, most of our youth, you know, we don't really guide them properly right from, we don't guide them right from the grassroots, as in right
When
from
they
primary
need to.
school. Yes, where they need to know this particular to know more about a particular profession. You know, I've said it's really lacking. That's why we lads want to embark on counseling, you know,
at that
mentoring
level.
at that level,
That
not
level.
just at the university level that we have. So by the time the children are conversant with different professions, they will have it at the back of their mind that
Opportunities exist outside of what
outside.
is normal. All right, Ma, I'd like you to also address parents. You see, it's still the same issue, really, but our girl child. These are I call them now the endangered species. We are the way they say people are going into extinction. If we're not careful, our women will either go into extinction up here or physically. We need to begin to be intentional about the way we raise the girls. How would you be addressing parents today?
I will address parents like, I'll use myself as an example. In my family, my father has 6 children, girls.
Wow.
And he allowed everybody to be whatever he wants to be. And showing us the line of his business, I would have become a welder.
Wow.
Yes, because I had admission to go to Sheffield to go and learn welding.
Wow.
But really, then it was not a field for women. But now you have a lot of women that are doing all tough stuff that men are doing in terms of profession. Sometimes you see them timid, not wanting to come out, to come and talk. But I will advise parents also that now is not the time to limit the capability of the children. We have to keep encouraging them. When they come with idea of this is what I like to do, we have to encourage them right from their youth and give them all the necessary support that we can give to them. We have to do that because it's very essential that when we talk. Now what I see, we'll have a lot of women coming up in their different fields of endeavor, but also women naturally with government in Nigeria, we are not getting enough support.
Definitely.
With their appointments.
Even enough representation.
Yes, because they use us and they dump us. We go for political rally, dance, sing. When it's time for our appointments, they give us...
Relegate us to the background.
Relegate us. I think government also has to know that whatever a woman is doing, we do with passion and we excel. Look at all the women that are giving appointments.
They're doing well?
They are doing well. Let us put the women that we have in our industry. We have Hajiya Hadiza Bala Usman in NPA. Everybody can testify to her doggedness and the way she has moved the parastatal. So why would you limit a woman because that we are feeble? No, we are strong because we have the capability of multitasking that God has given unto us.
Very true.
So as a mother, as a parent, I would say we should always tell our children that they have the ability to do. We will not discourage them, we will encourage them and tell them you can do all things.
And you must do all things. I take that this morning as the closing statement on the Bumper Breakfast Show. Every girl child, you can do all things. There is nothing stopping you.
Then we have to talk about our oncoming conference.
When is the conference? You're inviting me for the
Next week.
It's next
It's even next week?
Thursday.
Yes, July 30th.
Next week Thursday.
Yes.
And
on
it's going to
Zoom.
start on Zoom.
On Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, you share the details with me, and I'll
Yes.
definitely share it with our people because I want more women to get involved
we
in some of
appreciate
these
that.
things. Yes, I definitely share with them because on Thursday there's going to be a conference and it's all about women, and I will be there live. So you want to join me? You want to join? I think that's an industry I need to add to my career. Anyway, we need to.